Okay, dear students, how are you? It's Miss Salu again, and this is video number 14. And in this video, we are going to talk about the third condition in Unit 10, and it's going to be on Monday, 6th of April, 2020. Now, today, in the previous video, we talked about type 0 and type 1. And today we're going to continue, and I'm going to give you how to concentrate on type 3. But before I go to type 3, I would like to remind you directly, how quickly, let's say, about type 2. We have taken type 2 in the first semester, and we have explained this before. So it's a kind of revision. The main lesson is going to be type 3, but I wanted to revise type 2 with you. Now, type 2. Type 2 rule is we have two clauses. In the if clause, we take if plus simple past, and in the main clause, we take would plus infinitive. And we usually use type 2 conditional to express imaginary or improbable situation which is unlikely to happen in the present or future. يعني, which means it's contrary to the fact, but in the present or future. And I'll give you some examples on type 2. Number 1, if he drove carefully, and as you can see in if clause we have simple past, drove carefully, he wouldn't make an accident. And here we have would plus infinitive. If I were you, I would see a dentist. As you can see here, I used were and not was in if clause 2, type 2, because it's something imaginary and it's improbable to happen. So we use were with all persons, with I, with he, with she, with they, with we, okay? Type. So if I were you, I would see a dentist. We have here simple past and we have would plus infinitive. They would help us if we asked them. So they would help us if. Here I have used if in the second part, okay? So if we use if in the second part, we don't use comma. But if we use it at the beginning, so in the middle between the two clauses, we have to put a comma. But the word if takes or replaces the comma. So here in the third sentence, we don't use comma in the middle. Type number 4. If she had the time, and had here is simple past, the past tense of has and have. This is simple past. Be careful. If she had the time, she would take up a sport. This is all for type 2. Now let's move to type 3, and this is our main lesson. Our main lesson in Unit 10, the 0 conditional, the first conditional, and the third conditional. Type 3. In type 3, in if clause, we have if plus past perfect. And what do we mean by past perfect? Yani had plus verb 3, the past participle. In the second part, we have to use would plus have plus verb 3, which is past participle. These are the two clauses of the conditional type 3. Now let's take some examples on this. If he hadn't missed the bus, he wouldn't have been late for work. Hadn't missed. This is past perfect. We have used here would plus have plus verb 3. Number 2, if they had attended the meeting, they would have signed the contract. As you can see, with if we have had attended, past perfect. And then we have here would plus have plus verb 3. The dog wouldn't have run away if she had closed the gate. As you can see here, we put if in the middle, so we didn't use the comma as we used it in the previous two sentences. And we have used here would plus have plus verb 3, ran, run away. And we used had plus verb 3, which is past perfect. We use the third conditional to imagine past situations. These situations are impossible and did not happen. يعني يا صبايا ويا شباب إنه دائما في الثيرد conditional بتكون عندي الإف clause contrary to the fact. يعني ولما أجي أقول for example, if I had studied, okay, I would have succeeded. يعني لو درست لكنت قد نجحت. but in fact الفاكت أو الرياليتي أو الحقيقة إنه أنا ما درست فبالتالي أنا ما نجحت. فعشان هيك دائما بتكون if clause 3 opposite or contrary to the fact. If I had studied well I would have passed. لكن the reality I did not study well so I did not pass. طيب. Now we have here in the worksheet on page 13 we have some examples. Type 3 conditional unreal past contrary to the fact يعني منافي للواقع أو للحقيقة. With if clause we have if plus past perfect اللي had plus verb 3 and in the main clause we can say would or could or might plus have يعني هدول الwould زائد have أو الcould زائد have أو might زائد have is a must لازم تيجي في كل الجمل. And then we have here verb 3 التصريف الثالث من الفعل اللي عندي اللي هو past participle. The third conditional, we use the third conditional if plus past perfect and in the main clause would have plus past participle اللي هو verb 3 to imagine past situations and these past situations are impossible and did not happen. يعني لو درست لكنت قد نجحت بس أنا الحقيقة ما درست فما نجحت يعني did not happen ما حصل هذا الشيء. طيب the if clause states one event that did not happen يعني if I had stayed at home that day I would have missed the celebration. يعني أنا لو جلست في المنزل في هذا اليوم لكنت قد I have missed لكان راح علي الاحتفال. اوكي هلا شو معناها هاي انه the person did not stay at home يعني هو راح. بقول لو أنا قعدت ذهب أو لا راح علي الاحتفال لكن في الحقيقة أنا ما قعدت في البيت فبالتالي ما راح علي الاحتفال. طيب so that's why نقول لكم the person did not stay at home that day. This is opposite to the أو contrary to the fact. طيب the main clause states the result which also did not happen. كمان في الكلوز الثانية اللي هو بسميها احنا المين كلوز اللي هي مش اللي فيها الاف الثانية. طيب which also did not happen كمان هاي ما حصلت. If I had stayed at home that day I would have missed the celebration لكان فات علي الاحتفال لكن في الحقيقة هو الاحتفال إيش ماله ما فات علي. أوكي لأني أنا ما قعدت في البيت أنا رحت يعني the person attended the celebration يعني الشخص هذا راح حضر الاحتفال. I wouldn't have gone to the library if my friend hadn't invited me. Okay إذن I wouldn't have gone to the library ما كنت قد ذهبت إلى المكتبة if my friend hadn't invited me إذا لم يدعوني زميلي. I wouldn't have gone لكن شو الحقيقة؟ الحقيقة إنه أنا رحت على المكتبة لأنه my friend invited me to the library so I went. فدائما ال if clause 3 contrary to the fact منافي للحقيقة منافي للواقع منافي للإشي اللي حصل فعلا. If I had studied harder I would have passed the exam. لو درست بشكل جدي أكثر وبجهد أكثر لكنت قد نجحت في الامتحان لكني أنا شوف الواقع ما درست فبالتالي ما نجحت. I did not study very hard and I did not pass. طيب okay now on page 14 dear students we have two exercises. We have here exercise A correct the verb between brackets. We have this exercise. Look at the sentences very thoroughly, very carefully. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is on page 14. Please read the sentences and correct the verbs between brackets. It's about third conditional. Can you see it? طيب. And now also on page 15 as well, we have another exercise, but we have to continue first. We have to continue explaining also before we do this exercise. Now on page 14 they say when let's say 14 the third conditional. Now the third conditional with could and might يعني احنا ممكن نستخدم كمان مش بس will or would, we can use also could or might. When we talk about imaginary past we can use could have مش بس would have. could have or might have plus past participle in place في مكان ال would have أو بدل ال would have. يعني you can use would have or you can use might have or you can use could have plus past participle. We use these past models when we are less sure of the result. لما احنا ما نكونش متأكدين كتير من النتيجة. يعني في عندي هون احتمالية ربما of the impossible past situation. طيب if I had prepared better for the competition, لو جهزت أنا حالي أفضل للcompetition للمنافسة, I might have won the first prize. ربما كنت قد فزت بالجائزة الأولى. هو مش متأكد بس ربما. Yes. So the speaker is not sure that this would have been true. لكن ربما. إذن again we used here might have instead of would have. If I had slept better the night before the exam, لو أنا نمت جيدا في الليلة اللي قبل الامتحان, I could have concentrated better. لو كنت قد ركزت بشكل أفضل. فعلا ربما استطعت إني أركز أكثر. ربما صح وربما لا. I don't know. It is possible that the speaker would have been able to concentrate. يعني ربما كنت قد ركزت. يمكن كان عنده إشي تاني غير قلة النوم عشان هيك ما ركز. طيب if I had gone to a different school, I might not have studied French. لو كنت قد ذهبت إلى مدرسة مختلفة أو مدرسة أخرى غير اللي أنا رحت عليها, I might not have studied French. ربما ما كنت درست في المدرسة اللي بدي أروح عليها فرنسي زي المدرسة هاي اللي أنا فيها. أو French أو I could have taken English. طيب our team could have won the match. يعني فريقنا ربما كان قد استطاع أن يفوز بالمباراة if they had trained harder. لو تدربوا بشكل أفضل harder. And then they might have been champions now if they had won. يعني ربما كانوا فازوا وربما لكانوا هم الأبطال, هم البطل أو هم اللي أخذوا المركز الأول. ربما. So we use here might أو we can use here have, could have أو might have instead of would have. And these when we are less sure, لما نكون احنا مش متأكدين, maybe, possibly, it's a possibility. It's a probability, maybe, when we are less sure of the result of the impossible past situations. Now here on page 14, as I told you, we have here a few sentences from 1 to 5. Look at them carefully, please. Try to do this exercise. And then also we have on page 15 also, we have sentence 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Look at them. Look at them thoroughly, please. Try to work on them. Try to answer them. I'm going to do them with you now, but I just want you to try to do them by yourselves first. This is the exercise. Now, let's start. I'm going to do it with you. Let's go back to page 14. The first exercise, correct the verb between brackets. If I be more careful, I wouldn't have made. مجرد ما شفت كلمة wouldn't plus have plus verb 3 معناته هاي third conditional. هلا كل الexercise it's going to be about third conditional. So I have to use past perfect. بقول if I had والتصريف الثالث من be then. She stay at home if she had known. هلا هاي if closed لكن حطوا لنا if in the middle. Okay, if it was followed here أو is followed here by past perfect إذا لازم أحط would أو could or whatever plus have plus verb 3 فبقول she would have stayed at home. Number 3, Emily would have called. Okay, معناته لازم أستخدم past perfect مع if she had changed her mind. If the boy had eaten all his food, he عندي كان بدل would he could have had some chocolate cake. Number 5, I عندي may و get. I might have got the job if I had prepared better for the interview. And now let's move to the second exercise. In exercise C here, we have read the following situations and complete the sentences with the third conditional using the words in brackets. هلا هم في الامتحان this is the way how they are going to ask you in الفاينل exams. هيك حيسألوكم بأسئلة التوجيهي. حيجيبوا لكم اللي هي أصلا هي الفاكت الحقيقة. اوكي احنا لما بدنا نستخدم الكونديشنال تايب 3 لما مجرد ما شفت انا كلمة left هون simple past معناته هاي تايب 3 معناته هي if clause 3. ليه؟ لأنه if clause 3 imaginary or impossible in the past. إذا هاي الحقيقة in the past I have to use if clause 3. وبدنا ندير بالنا يا صبايا وشباب لما أقول if clause 3 يعني بدها تكون contrary to the fact. يعني أنا عندي هاي الفاكت، هاي الحقيقة اللي مثبت رح أنفيه واللي منفى رح أثبته لأنها عكس الحقيقة. if clause 3 يعني إذا عندي سليم left the wallet at home so he wasn't able to purchase يعني to buy his necessary items. بدهم إيانا نستخدم بدل كلمة would نستخدم كلمة could. أوكي أنا عندي هون طبعا this is affirmative هذه مثبتة وهذه منفية. هلا بالإف كلوز 3 اللي مثبت رح أنفيه واللي منفى رح أثبته لأنه إف كلوز عكس الفاكت contrary to the fact. أوكي وبدي أستخدم ورا إف الباست بيرفكت اللي هي هاد بلس فيرب 3 وبالسكند بارت أو بالسكند كلوز أوكي أو بالمين كلوز رح أستخدم would أو could بلس have بلس فيرب 3. فبقول هون سليم left the wallet at home بقول if سليم hadn't left his wallet at home عندي هون so he wasn't able. طبعا أكيد so you have to skip so خلص ما رح أستخدم so مع if clause. So if سليم hadn't left his wallet at home he عندي منفي لازم تنزل مثبتة بده إياني أستخدم could. فشو بقول he could have been able to purchase his necessary items. يعني سليم لو ما ترك محفظته في البيت لكان قادر على إنه يشتري بعض الأغراض الضرورية. لكن شو الحقيقة؟ الحقيقة إنه سليم نسي محفظته وبالتالي لم يكن قادرا على شراء أغراضه الضرورية. طيب now let's move to number 11. studied really hard. هاي كأنه عم بقول لي because I studied really hard. again studied this in the past معناته if clause 3 معناته third conditional. studied really hard the day before the final exam. this is positive. this is positive so it should be a negative in both clauses. طيب studied really hard the day before the final exam I achieved the first rank in my class. يعني لأني درست hard really hard بجد درست بشكل جيد before the final exam قبل الامتحان النهائي فبالتالي حصلت على the first rank الدرجة الأولى in my class في صفي. كنت أنا أول واحد في صفي. طيب فمعناته أنا بدي أقول لو ما درست بشكل جدي أو ما درست بجد لما كنت حصلت على المركز الأول في صفي. إذا المثبت رح أنفيه والمنفى رح أثبته بس أنا عندي هون الاثنين مثبتين إذا الاثنين في الإجابة رح يكونوا منفيين. فبقول if I hadn't studied really hard the day before the final exam I بدون أستخدم كلمة might not have achieved the first rank in my class. Number 12. They didn't take a map with them so they lost their way. يعني هم ما أخذوا معهم خريطة فبالتالي فقدوا طريقهم في طريق العودة ما عرفوا يرجعوا. طيب معناته بدي أقول لو أنهم أخذوا معهم خريطة لما فقدوا طريقهم في العودة. إذن بقول if they had taken a map with them they wouldn't have lost their way back home. طيب number 13. The team didn't practice well. This is negative. So they lost the match. يعني الفريق لم يتدرب جيدا. They lost the match فخسروا المباراة. أوكي بده يعني أستخدم could not. إذن هون منفي رح يصير مثبت والمثبت رح يصير منفي لأنه في clause 3 contrary to the fact. If the team had practiced well okay هون منفية فصارت مثبتة practiced well they could not have lost the match. يعني لو انهم اتدربوا جيدا لما كانوا خسروا المباراة. Number 14. She didn't search thoroughly for her lost gold ring so she didn't find it. يعني هي لم تبحث بشكل thoroughly باهتمام ولم تبحث بجدية على خاتمها الذهبي المفقود وبالتالي هي لم تجده. يعني لو كانت بحثت بشكل جدي وشكل بعناية على خاتمها المفقود الذهبي لكانت قد وجدته. يعني أنا هون عندي نيجاتيف فبده يصير positive. عندي هون the lost her ring so she didn't برضو عندي negative بده يصير أنا في عندي إيش بده يصير عندي أنا هون طبعا positive. فشو بقول if she had searched thoroughly for her lost gold ring she might have found it. That's all, my dear students, for third. Conditional, inshallah, in the next video I'm going to do all the exercises related in the student's book and workbook. Thank you very much. Study well and good luck.